Welcome, everybody, to episode number 28 of the Third Son Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, joined, as always, by first Mike. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm bitter today, Tyler. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you told me I wasn't allowed to make any Maury Povich jokes this episode.
You shouldn't be allowed to make any Maury Povich jokes.
I should, too. It's a free country.
So,
They're funny, too.
As of now, it's free.
Well, yeah.
So, all right, good to know you're doing okay. Also joining us, Graham. Graham, how are you?
Before I answer that, I'd like to give a shout out to my fellow Canadian listeners. I know you're out there. And
Are we allowed to
secondly-
make Canadian jokes on the
Yes.
mic still?
Apparently.
Sure,
Awesome.
man.
Awesome.
For sure. We live in igloos, you know. And secondly, I'd like to change an answer to a question that I answered last episode. The question was, what game do I find myself going back to years after its release? And I said Mass Effect, but that wasn't a very good answer. So I'd like to change my answer. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I was playing this game earlier this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was playing it, I'm like, this is a more fitting answer. So this is a game that I'll be playing most likely for the rest of my life, as long as I can obtain an Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
And that game is Guitar Hero Metallica. Now, I'm a massive Metallica fan, and I play this game. I hook up my electronic drums through the Guitar Hero drum module. So I would say this is probably one of the most enjoyable gaming experiences that I can really think of, because it combines the three things that I love the most: music, Metallica, and video games.
I wish they could make another good Guitar Hero or Rock Band again. It just doesn't seem like it's fitting in the gaming
What,
industry.
Guitar Hero Live didn't do it for you?
No, I mean I didn't
Me either.
even look at videos on that just because I heard it's so horrible. But
Yeah.
I mean the first two Guitar Hero games were fantastic. I mean when they first came out, they're exciting to play to get your friends together and have parties with, and it was just a fun experience. But
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe just the audience has changed, because I was in college when I had that, so everyone would come to the dorm and we'd all play Guitar Hero. But I don't see how nowadays, like Guitar Hero Live, how that would be a fun experience to play online.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Well, I don't know, but I have to agree with you on that. But Guitar Hero 3 was the big one.
I was just going to say that, Mike.
Yeah, because I had that, and my girlfriend was living with me at the time, and she would come home from working and would get on there and play Ball and Chain over and over and over again. I wanted to pull her hair out, but I let her play.
All right.
And by the way, I thought this was the segment where everybody just says hi and how they're doing. Because next time I'll just sit here for 5 minutes and read a couple pages out of a romantic.
I mean, we'll allow the change in answer. I
allow
agree.
it this time.
Sorry.
We'll allow
Can't we
it.
just veer off the track a little bit? Like, come on.
I agree.
Robot.
Mass Effect was kind of a. I just don't see how you can come back to Mass Effect, year after year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
But the
right?
Guitar Hero, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Quick play.
Well,
Play a few
it's like
tracks.
7 years old right now, and like I said, I'll be playing this forever. Like, I really enjoy it. But to
sure.
answer your question, Tyler, I am doing good. I'm leaving tomorrow, not keep this going on, but I'm leaving tomorrow, go to Alberta, spend Christmas with my nephew and niece, and possibly freeze to death.
Oh, you guys celebrate Christmas up there? Not some weird.
So things have
holiday?
been kind of chaotic getting ready for my trip, but I am doing good. How about you guys?
I'm good. You ready to follow the only road?
Sure.
All right. So, also joining us is Eugene. How are you today?
Hey guys, I'm very tired of doing the rest of my Christmas shopping today. So
Nice.
I'm broke, I'm poor, and I'm tired,
All right.
and I'm drinking right now.
All right. So,
You're the only
good
one.
combo.
Broke and drinking.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking
Sounds
of
like-
falling down those
together.
roads.
broke, drinking, and miserable sounds like Christmas to me. So,
Yes.
all right. So let's jump into the news this week. Actually, first, you can join in the conversation by following us on Twitter at Third Son Gaming, all one word, THIRDSUN Gaming. We have a Facebook group. Join that. Easy way to take part in the discussion. So just go on to Facebook, look up Third Son Gaming, and join that group if you're an Xbox One player. We also have an Xbox group there, which I'd love to see Eugene join at some point. So that
I don't know what
Time
I'm
of
doing
Third Son
wrong,
Gaming.
but I know you've said that you sent me an invite, but I cannot get in there. So you're gonna have to walk me through it, because
Okay.
I'm not seeing any kind of invite there.
Okay. It shows up in your notifications when you get one, I think, and then
Yeah, it's kind of funky.
yeah, it's weird.
Oh, okay,
But
maybe that's why.
so those are a few ways to do it. You can also go to our website, www.thirdsongaming.com. When you're there, you can listen to past episodes, or you can click on the forums button and take part in the conversation there as well. So, with all that out of the way, let's move into news. First off, Super Mario Run is now available on iOS. I downloaded this a couple days ago. I know some of you guys have too. What are your thoughts
Yes.
on it, Graham?
I really like it. At first I'm like, okay, it's just a tap game and jump, but there's so much more to it. It has lots of replayability. You can compare scores with your friends and like kind of battle out and try to like get more coins faster. So like it, when you get it, it comes with 3 free levels, and then you can pay I think $12 Canadian,
Yeah.
and I paid $12 Canadian. I got the extra levels, but I think it's well worth it, and I'll definitely be punching some time on it, especially when I fly into Alberta. That's a great game to be playing like on the airplane.
Sure.
So I would recommend it to people who can afford it, and if you can't, then play the first 3 levels. And even those first 3 levels have a lot of replayability because you collect like certain color coins, and after you get them, then they give you more coins, and they're in like harder spots.
Have
So
you played any of the
it's
Toad levels yet? The Toad Rally.
yes, I played. That's what I was talking about with the Toad Rally, where you
Okay.
like challenge your friends. Yeah, so it has that, and you can upgrade your castle, and I'm enjoying it for sure.
So can you play it on airplane? Because I thought it was network only.
I haven't tried. I haven't like put my phone on like airplane mode, but you could be right.
Yeah, I've heard that it's that was a lot of the downside to it was that it was network only.
Hmm.
So you have to be connected to the internet. As far as I know, that was a lot of people were worried about it. They announced that like a week beforehand.
Don't a lot
But
of don't a lot of longer flights now have like in-flight Wi-Fi though?
they do, but usually you have to. A lot of the planes I fly on anyway, you have to pay like I think it's a couple of bucks, or
Graham
$5
will
for.
pay.
Well,
Yeah.
they were talking about that they're going to start doing that on planes now more often.
Mhm.
But you're right. I just put my phone on airplane mode, and it does not work.
Hmm.
So Graham
Yep.
will pay.
You'll have to pay the $5 for the in-flight Wi-Fi.
Yep.
I ain't paying.
But to
Okay.
your point, I
Yeah,
played
right.
I played two worlds on it
Don't
so
know me.
far. I paid I think it's $9.99 on the U.S. Apple Store,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and from what I can tell, I haven't done a lot of the. I haven't tried to gather a lot of coins or gotten the special coins. I've really just kind of played through it just to see how it feels, and it feels great. The levels do seem a little bit short, but being a mobile game that it is, and you really can't make those levels too long because then it'd
Right.
just be a little bit too difficult because it is just tapping to jump. You tap longer to jump higher and to get up through obstacles, and but the replayability factor is where it's at. Going back and trying to get to those tough to get to areas to get those special coins. I think there's 3 different colored coins, right, that you can collect
Yeah,
per
there's
level.
yeah.
And then just getting more regular coins in general to have that competition factor because, like you said, you can add your friends on there with a friend code, which Nintendo for just going back to Nintendo, update your online network to where you just have a username. Right now, you still have to enter in that 12-digit friend code to add your friends
Yes.
onto it.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it
But at
is
least
annoying.
you can send the invite though, right?
So
So that
you
they could
you
just
can send
copy
the
it
invite
stuff,
and
make life
add
easier.
friends, and I've already seen a lot of posts on Facebook where people are competing, who has the most coins per level, who has more toads,
Yeah.
things like that, and who has the biggest kingdoms, like you said. So yeah, for $10, I think it's definitely worth it. A lot of people are complaining about the price, but I think the price is totally justifiable for what you get. You get 8 worlds, right? Or is it 6 worlds?
6 worlds.
So you get 6 worlds. I think each of them have 3 levels plus a castle.
Yeah.
But the replayability factor is where it at, and then
Well,
is where it's at, and then the competition factor as well.
and
So
that's
I,
pretty good size for a mobile game.
oh yeah,
yeah.
for
It
sure.
is.
And it's a race against the clock too. So it's not about okay, I'm gonna get
Time
every
trial.
coin.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta like go with your time
Mhm.
accordingly. Because so many times I like spend too much time trying to get the coins, and then I just run out of time. It's like oh
Right.
crap.
Yep. All right. So the game made $5 million in the first day.
I could totally believe that.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
Yeah.
it beat Pokemon Go's record, right?
yep,
Day
Yeah.
one record on the App Store for most downloads in one
yep.
day.
Yeah.
So it's mildly successful so far. So we'll see
And
how it
it's only
goes.
on iOS too, which
For now, yep.
that's pretty astounding.
For now, but
Yeah.
it does get me more excited for the Switch next year because I do love the Mario franchise,
Oh
like
yeah, for
especially
sure.
the core
Yes.
Mario games.
Yeah, and the nostalgia is there too, like the
Mhm.
levels, the enemies, the
Yep.
music. Like I'm just loving it. Like it's one of
That
those games where I play with the sound up loud because it's like I want to hear this good.
that's the most groundbreaking thing about the game is you're playing a Mario game on your phone, like not just some, you know, you know, you know,
Like knockoff of it or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
knockoff or
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, like Flappy Bird or whatever.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
not like well. What I'm trying to get at is it's an actual Mario game. It's not
Yep.
like Pokemon Go where it's like a spin-off. That's what I was trying
Yeah.
to get at.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
Mario spin-off. It's an actual full-fledged Mario game. Might not be as large as like a Wii or Wii U game, but it's a full-fledged Mario game with full levels, hidden coins, hidden characters. I haven't got any hidden characters yet. Have you, Graham?
I just got Toad.
And Toad? Yeah. So I think there's like 6 hidden characters or something like that,
Yeah,
maybe more.
and
Um,
they also offer like in Mario 2, like the princess can float a bit and Luigi can jump higher.
that's
That's
awesome.
that's how it is in the game as well.
That's really cool. So can
I
Yoshi
heard.
like do the little kick thing where it can float in the air a little bit?
Yeah, and Yoshi does the little thing too where he kicks his feet and goes a little higher.
Awesome.
Cool.
I
What were you
heard. I
saying,
heard
Mike?
that one of the hidden characters could possibly be a talk show host.
Oh my God, Mike.
Oh my
Really?
God, get out of here!
He's still here.
You must have an Android phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
He
do.
does.
Go figure.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Ne-
Besides, it's possible to play games on this phone anyways. I have the S7 Edge. If you even come close to touching the edge, every 45 apps open up, and it's bad news.
Speaking of the Edge too, don't break the glass on that. I heard it's really expensive to replace.
I finally got AT&T to accept the fact that they need to take the phone back because I've been with them for 12 years. And so I just need to get off my ass and go over to the store, and they already have everything on my account, and get a regular S7, or I was actually thinking about getting a 6 Plus
Mhm.
um, iPhone. So I probably actually will go with the iPhone.
Mhm.
But yeah, not this phone is crap. It is absolute crap.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Mike, a game that you love, The Division, is the developer is inviting players to its headquarters next year, January actually, for quote serious game talks. So Red Storm is hosting what they call the quote elite task force next month to dig into the game and try to make it better. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, um,
But
that
serious now.
no, I know, it's very serious. It's serious business. So what they're doing is bringing in all the people who play far and beyond the rest of the people, the elite players, whatever you want to call them.
Mhm.
The problem is they have a very, very different idea of how a game should be versus the rest of the world. And this has been shown time and time again. I believe they did this for EverQuest 2. Was it EverQuest 2? Or it was one of the Sony online entertainment games back then, which turned out to be a terrible idea. Then you have NHL. They did that with the NHL series. They brought in some of the top teams, and the top teams don't play the same way that everybody else does. It doesn't things don't jive the way they do for everybody else. So I think, in my opinion, this is a terrible, terrible thing to do because it's not representative, whatever. Of yeah, I know. Of what everybody else that just plays this game would want. Now, I've played this game all the way through, got to the highest level, played in the dark zone, all this stuff, and then once all of the glitching started, I'm just like, no. And besides the fact it really wasn't all that entertaining getting to it in the first place. So
Yeah.
basically, this is just going to be a boner tickler for all these guys to get to go over there because they're
Mhm.
going to get themselves heard and free flight and food and stuff like that, and it's going to be a complete waste of time.
Yeah, and I agree on the. You and I talked about this earlier. Actually, Mike, they need to bring in people that were really excited for the game and then quit playing it.
Yeah.
And those are the people they need to talk to
Yeah.
find out why,
Yep.
so they can fix those issues. If you're just bringing in people that still play the game as their primary game,
Mhm.
8 months later,
Yeah.
then that's not going to get you anywhere.
Nope.
Do you think the game is salvageable from this point? I mean,
No
from
idea.
the get
Not the first
go, yeah, from the get go, like I didn't even want to play it. Just I was it kind of piqued my interest, the multiplayer world and getting together and doing missions and things like that. But after all the launch issues with all the glitching
Yep.
and everything I heard, I mean, it completely turned me off to it. I don't want to play it at all. So
I think their hope right now should be to focus on what they need to do for the sequel because it sold well. It's going to get a sequel.
Yeah,
And
but this might end up being a Watch Dogs 2 scenario as well.
well, but they need to come out and show some things early, and not just in trailers, but actually do a lot of live streaming before the game launches to show like, hey, this is what the game can do to change people's perception of that. And Watch Dogs put out a bunch of pretty trailers for two, but as far
Yeah.
as I know, none of the other stuff.
No.
Um, so you need to just show people like the product's actually different, and you can recover. But I I don't know. I think this game isn't gonna see the longevity that Destiny will,
Yeah.
and I think they're kind of at a crossroads. And if they keep trying to tweak the first one rather than focusing on how to make it better for the second one, I think that's going to be a problem. So,
Gotcha.
just my thoughts. But all right, I'll do another game that has underperformed. Some reports are saying that Call of Duty Infinite Warfare sold as much as 50% less than last year's title, Black Ops 3. Eugene, what do you think about that?
I mean, I can totally believe it. I mean, this game did not have the hype that most Call of Duty's games in the past had before, and really there hasn't been a lot of hype the last two generations of Call of Duty, iterations of Call of Duty. But really, the top selling point of this, and I guarantee the majority of the people that bought this game bought it just for Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
agree with that.
that was the total selling point of the game. Other than that, I don't see anybody online playing it. Everyone's playing Battlefield. Everyone's playing Titanfall.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh, Everyone's tired. It's just a reaction from the market to the developer that we don't want to play these futuristic space shooters when we want to play Call of
Mm-hmm.
Duty. We want to
Right.
play old school, modern warfare Call of Duty. That's what we want,
Yep.
and everyone spoke with their wallets. No one wants this
Mm-hmm.
game, and people are playing the more realistic Battlefield One, or playing if they do want a sci-fi space shooter, they're playing Titanfall.
Yep.
I mean, those
Yep.
are the two top shooters right now. I mean, I don't have any numbers here, but I mean, it's Call of Duty should be performing a lot better than the way it is. I mean,
So,
Final Fantasy beat it day one in sales. I mean, that's incredible. So
Yeah.
for if a Japanese RPG can beat Call of Duty in sales, then there's something wrong with the platform.
yep.
Mhm.
Let me ask this question: when have you ever seen Call of Duty get a free weekend and a massive discount 1 month after release?
Never, never. And I did see that. What isn't it like a? Is it a 4 day play weekend?
It's 4 days for
Right.
free on PS4 and Xbox One, and the game is discounted on top of it if you choose to buy it.
They've
So
never had to do that before. I mean,
no,
about this time right now, they should be doing double XP weekends,
no,
but since they
Yeah.
don't have the player base, they're not able to do that. So
I
Yeah.
I mean, it's unprecedented, as Donald Trump would say, unprecedented,
yeah,
unprecedented in Call of Duty history.
yes. um, do you think making their DLC free would help? Because they're notorious for $50.
Not at
You
this
know,
point. I mean, it's really the base game. I
yep.
mean, if the DLC includes some old school, old fashioned Call of Duty gameplay online,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, it might breathe some life into it. But it's not. It's going to be more futuristic bullshit, more zombie
Yep.
maps that
Mhm.
not many people want to play right now.
Yep.
Um, and it's going to be more of the same. So really, they just need to fix it for next year.
The
I don't
problem
know.
is,
I
can
think they should take a year off. That's what I think.
I think it's too late
That's
for
not going
next
to
year.
happen.
It's too late for next year. That game's 2/3 of the way through development. So I
I
think
mean, have we heard anything about what next
no,
year's
they
information
always
is?
announce it in like May.
Yeah.
Um, but
But this will be Treyarch coming up, right? Because this one was
no,
Activision.
this is Sledgehammer coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
So what game does Sledgehammer make again?
Sledgehammer did Infinite Warfare. No, what was that game called?
Advanced was it
Advanced
Advanced?
Warfare.
So I
Advanced
mean,
Warfare.
Advanced Warfare was the last one that I liked at
No,
least.
no, it's
Never played it.
let me think, because we
What was the
had
one with the one guy from it?
Jim Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin
yeah,
Spacey.
Jim Spacey. Yeah, Jim.
Wasn't that Advanced Warfare?
Yes.
Yes, it
yes,
was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Advanced Warfare, which I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to. Because it didn't have too much of the futuristicness to it, the space
yeah.
shooter
Well, the
kind of
problem
stuff.
is when they do sequels to those games, they take it further in the future, And I think they need to go back to honestly World War II, and
Oh yeah.
or just go to modern day, and either one of those would be fine.
Or
But
go to the we haven't really touched Vietnam. I mean, Battlefield touched up on it, and
yeah,
Black Ops the
Black
original
Ops did.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, Black Ops did, but maybe touch up on the Korean War or Desert Storm.
Yeah.
Desert Storm would be awesome because you
It
don't
would.
hear a lot of stories about it, and they could add in any kind of fictional story revolving around that war, and it'd be
Sure.
believable.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, they need to get out of the futuristic game. People don't want that stuff anymore.
Right. Agreed. So hopefully they make some tweaks because back when the game was pretty grounded, it was actually good.
Hmm.
And the more like
Right.
out there it's gotten, the worse it's gotten. So
Hmm.
hopefully we see them kind of come back. Next up, speaking of a game that is a shooter that is beating the crap out of Call of Duty, Battlefield 1 got its December patch. And way too much stuff to go through here on the show. There are a ton of little tweaks to weapons, repairs, vehicles. Most notably, we're seeing some revisions to aim assist. So in the past, if you pulled your left trigger, it would just kind of give you some aim assist. Now it's only if it's player initiated. So if you're moving um, the aim stick and then bring down on that left trigger, it's going to help you a little bit, but it's not going to do all the work for you. So
Gotcha.
that helps out a little bit, or at least makes it a little more balanced, I think. Um,
So I
the,
mean, is it better for somebody like me? Because that is one thing that I'm horrible at first person shooters, especially if there's no aim assist, and that's one thing that is hard for me to get used to in Battlefield is not having that aim assist. So does it help me out at all to give me a little bit more help in
I
aiming?
I think so, and I mean the game with far better aim assist if you need it is Titanfall.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can definitely
Uh,
see it there, and absolutely I can see it in Call of Duty.
yep.
But playing Battlefield, the single player, and playing a little bit online, there's hardly any. I barely recognize any aim assist at all, and that's one reason I find it hard going back to it is because of the aiming and how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Especially since most first person shooters I play it on the hardest difficulty, and not having aim assist kind of deters me from
Yeah.
playing it.
Yeah, that can definitely make it that rough, but um, I don't know. It might be worth giving it another shot. And the cool thing about Battlefield is that if you're not great at you know first person shooters without aim assist, you can still
Be a medic.
play the medic class or play the support class and
Right.
repair vehicles, do that stuff, and still earn a ton of points and level up. And
Yeah.
then once you start getting the better weapons, then you start becoming a lot more effective real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll download the update and see what it's
So
like.
yeah, but that's out there. So anybody into Battlefield One, and it's a lot of people because I see a ton of people playing it every day on my friends list. Next up, another game that's hugely popular. Actually, just one game of the year at the Game Awards: Overwatch. Their holiday event, Winter Wonderland, is kicked off. Eugene, excited at all for this?
Nope.
Personally,
I
Nope.
no,
guess not.
no. Personally, I'm not that excited about it. I haven't touched Overwatch honestly in probably a month. But I do see a lot of my friends going back to it and
Yeah,
excited about. From what I understand, there's more player skins. Is that basically all the changes that's
that's a
being
lot
made?
of it, and then environments.
Yeah, so different environments, different player skins, but a lot of people are excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting those packages with the DLC costumes. I'm
Yep.
more excited about though is the Gears of War Gearsmas Christmas event, which
Yeah.
sadly I missed the first day of a few days ago. The 16th was the first. Just for logging in, you got a special skin pack, but there's also a for 400 Microsoft points, I think, which I think is what 4.99, $5.
Something like
You
that.
get a bunch of skins for your gun. You get a ugly, kind of like an ugly Christmas sweater pack, but
Okay.
it's an ugly Christmas armor pack,
All right.
which is pretty neat. And then you get a few other things too for weapon skins and stuff like that. But I think another thing is too the biggest part of it is there is a snowball event. So I think right now you can get on Gears of War right now and you can play snowball matches. It's basically team deathmatch, and you play it with a special boom shot. I think it's called like an ice boom shot, and it shoots out snowballs, and you can run around and the team with the most snowball hits by the end of the match wins. You run around the map and you pick up more snowballs for your boom shot. Uh, yeah, it's pretty neat. So I'll definitely
Seriously,
be
eh?
playing it. Yeah, yeah, it seems pretty neat. So I'll be playing it um, the next few days, and I think on the 27th is the next day. If you log in, you get a special ice boom shot
Hmm.
you added to your character pack. So
Nice.
check that out. But yeah, I think it definitely has breathed some life into Overwatch. That too. I remember when the Halloween pack came out a few
Yeah,
months ago that a lot of people were jumping back in for those awesome Halloween skins and costumes. So I might. You guys have Overwatch? I
I
don't know.
do. Yeah.
I don't.
I might get on Overwatch tonight and uh just check it out just to see what the changes are. But definitely get back on Gears of War if you guys want to
Yeah.
jump on some Gears Horde or even the snowball
The
matches.
snowball thing
Check
sounds
that out.
fun, actually.
Yeah,
But
that does sound
Yeah,
fun, actually.
yeah.
um,
Let's check that out and sometime this weekend and see how it is. But
okay.
definitely excited for these holiday events.
Yeah. So another holiday event. And this one I had to include just because it's so like ridiculous. It's great.
NHL
Um,
17 Christmas
no,
event.
Oh, shut
no.
up.
Well, they
We
do
did.
have
Hey,
Christmas thing.
we did go 7-1 in NHL last night, so that was pretty awesome.
That's
But
true.
anyway, Hitman. If you're a fan of this game, if you own it, Hitman's having a holiday event that puts you up against the villains from the movie Home Alone.
That's
So
awesome.
that is awesome. And
What were they? The Wet Bandits?
yes,
And then the sticky bandits.
yep,
Then they turned into Sticky Bandits. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So I just like things that are really creative like this. And this took some people coming up with this idea, and I I never would have thought of this.
No, it's a great
It,
idea.
it's a great idea, and it almost makes me want to try it, but I'm not going to go buy the game just to play this. But I would love to
Can
see
you play
video of
against
it.
Donald Trump?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't think so. And hopefully, God, I hope there's no future games 50 years from now where you're tracking him down. So, but
Saving his life. The next Call of Duty.
yeah,
Call it for next year. The next Call of Duty, you guys
yeah,
save Donald Trump.
yep. There you
Oh,
go.
man.
I'll just let them die repeatedly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
What do you know? Subtitle just be Call of Duty, the best Call of Duty, the best.
It's gonna be
And
great. I don't know what
Then
we're
when
gonna
it
do,
doesn't
but it's gonna
sell,
be great.
then it'd be there's some fraud in there or something.
you're gonna beat
Cheated.
this. You're gonna beat this game very quickly, very quickly. So anyway, all right, enough of that. Almost half of Xbox One owners play games using backwards compatibility.
Yes, we do.
So,
Yep.
uh, I have. I think all of us have here on
Yep.
the show. So,
At least once.
yeah, Graham, what are your thoughts?
I think it's great. When I heard that Xbox One was doing backwards compatible, everybody was happy. Nobody's expecting it, so it was like I think it took Sony off guard too because they're like, really, they can do that? Because I think Sony at that one point said we can't do it or we're not going to do it.
They both said that.
But yeah, and there's been games where went out and bought the game for 360 just so I could play backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
Hmm.
So I think it's great. Like I find it kind of sad when like a new console comes out and then you can never play your favorite game anymore unless you keep that console.
Yeah.
And for some people, they can't afford like having two consoles or more than two. So then they're like, okay, I guess I'll never play this game again, which is my favorite.
Mhm.
So the fact that Xbox does that, I think is awesome. And like I said, I use it, and you guys should use it. So I think that's another reason why Xbox is doing things right.
What I find
Yeah.
that's just go ahead, Eugene. Sorry.
Well, what I was going to say is, really, as gamers, we've been spoiled with the backwards
Yeah.
compatibility, especially with Nintendo and PlayStation the last few go around. So it's nice to see that Xbox is keeping it going.
Yeah, it's free too, right?
Because a lot of people before they can even afford their next console, they got to trade in their
Yep.
their old console into GameStop and get the $150 credit for it
Mhm.
to be able to afford a new $400 console. So I think it's great that they're doing that. So, but I really think that they're surprised with those numbers because a lot of people cry and scream that they want backwards compatibility, but most of the people that are screaming about it don't actually use it. So to be able to actually pull those numbers and see that 50% of the users have at least, I'm guessing it's not constantly, but have at least used the feature at least one time, which I know I have at least once or twice
Yep.
used
Mhm.
that feature.
I honestly find I use it more for the smaller games than I do for like the old AAA games.
Absolutely.
Because the old AAA games I played through, you know.
Yeah.
And we also live in the age of remasters. So if it was a super awesome AAA
That's
game,
true,
you're
too,
you're
yeah.
going to see a remaster
Mhm.
and all new achievements or trophies or whatever. But there's lots of games like Mike, because Mike and I do console sharing. So there's lots of games like arcade games from 360 that Mike bought up
Yeah.
that are now available through backwards compatibility that I just go and kind of mess around in once in a while. And
There's
they're
some
nice.
good
They're
ones.
nice time killer games, and when you don't want like that super shooter experience or whatever. You know, they're kind of nice to go into, and you know those are the
Yeah.
games I find myself playing more than any of the big ones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I
Except,
thought I'd put tons of hours into Red Dead. I haven't. I I probably won't.
well, there's no point when you play through the story and the multiplayer isn't working.
Right.
So
That was actually one game that I bought when it came backwards compatible, but
Mhm.
I haven't played. But I
I
bought.
haven't really bought any games, but I really enjoy seeing in my download or available to download list, whenever they upload a new backwards compatible game,
Mhm.
it pops up in my list. Hey, this is available to download. So I actually picked up, like you said, a smaller game. I played Limbo a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a great game, but it doesn't require 40 to 60 hours to beat. I can beat that
right,
game in 5 hours or less if I wanted to. I
right.
didn't beat it, but I picked it up, to show my girlfriend because she's never seen it. The game came out like 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
also showed her South Park, so
Yeah,
I loaded that back
yeah.
up, and
That's actually another game I bought too. Yeah,
oh
that's right.
yeah, it's a fantastic game, and I really didn't want to uh, pre-order the next one and drop that money right now for a game I don't know when it's coming out. So I
Right.
just popped in backwards compatibility.
Some of us aren't that bright.
Yeah, yeah,
Another great thing too is with the free games for gold. Now you get two more games, or you get four
Yes.
games for the
Mhm.
month, right? So you get half the month, you get two games, and the other half you get another two games. So that just adds to your overall amount of games you get free,
adds
which
to
is great.
my hard drive space that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm glad you said something about that. Xbox. I don't know if we're going to talk about it on our deals this week, but Microsoft released Lost Odyssey, one of my favorite games from last generation,
For free.
from that
Yeah.
360 for free. Yeah, through the 30th or 31st. How many days do we have this month?
There's
31.
31. There's
So
31.
so through the 31st, you're able to download Lost Odyssey for free, and it's backwards compatible. So
Yep.
if you haven't played that and you like RPGs, then definitely pick that up. It's an old school RPG made from the
Yeah,
same guy
traditional
that
JRPG for sure.
Yeah,
right.
and that's just
Ma-
to celebrate the 300 titles, right?
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
That's
I
Yes, they
figured it
did.
was a it
yeah.
was a test to see how many people downloaded it and actually
Um,
played it, a
I,
free
I
game.
no, I think it was just to celebrate
So you
because they
hit
announced they just hit
300
300.
backwards compatible games, eh?
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So huge milestone for them. All right, let's wrap up news with kind of a cool story in the Christmas season. So Reddit every year has, and I'm not a big Reddit fan, but I think this program's awesome. Has a Secret Santa program where you sign up and you get matched with somebody. My boss at work actually does this.
Mhm.
You get matched up with somebody and then learn about them and send each other a gift. And someone got got a gift or a box in the mail for this program. Opened it up and discovered that it was from Bill Gates, and they got a crap ton of stuff.
Yeah, they did.
It was
Yeah.
a
Um,
huge box from what I
yeah,
understand.
and he took a picture of himself holding the note that he wrote
Yep.
as proof that it was from him. And his spokesperson actually verified that he takes part in the program and it was from him. He sent an Xbox One console, 3 custom controllers, bunch of games, a bunch of Zelda stuff. 'Cause I think the person's a Zelda fan.
Oh, nice.
Um, and just tons of other stuff. Like I think some Nintendo games, some other things. Just
He sent a matching pair of mittens. Like you said, he got to know the person. So I
yeah,
forgot her name or username, but she
Yeah.
she got a matching pair of mittens for her dog and for herself that he made. I think they're Zelda mittens.
yep,
So he really actually did. He hid his identity and got to know her and got to know that she loved her dog and that's pretty awesome that he made some custom mittens just for her. Included a picture of himself and a letter to her, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, that
yeah.
is awesome. It's always nice to hear those things around Christmas time.
It's nice to see that some people that are super wealthy like him. He's the richest man in the world. Um, some people that are that wealthy don't spend all their time bragging about how rich and powerful they are, but
And he doesn't. And
instead actually do things that are cool like that.
he actually gets a. I hate when people give him crap for being the richest man in the world, but he's also the most
Oh
charitable
yeah,
man in the world. Like with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, all the money that he donates to families, his Bill Gates scholarship that he does every year. I mean, he gives away a ton of his money, ridiculous amounts of money for everybody. So I think it's fantastic, and I think he's one of the very few people that I don't know if you guys have ever heard, but whenever he passes away, him and his wife, all his money goes to charity. It doesn't go,
Mhm.
to his family or to his,
to the state or anything.
to his estate. It goes to a trust to where it gets donated out to charities. I think Warren
Mhm.
Buffett started it, and all of his money, all of his fortune goes
Yep.
out to charities and to the families that actually need it. So he's an awesome guy, and from what I read in the article, he does this. He's done this for the past 2 or 3 years with Reddit. So it's pretty awesome that he
Yeah.
spends his time to do that.
That's cool, and I think that a lot of times people like that get the mass public likes to knock them down and say, "Well, you just got lucky," and blah blah blah. He didn't get lucky. He created one of the most influential companies in the modern era, and he led that company and was hugely successful, creating a lot of great products. And he earned the money he has, and to see him give back like that's pretty awesome. So good on him. That's going to do it, everybody, for news this week. Graham, I'm going to turn it over to you. What can we get new in stores this week?
Well, it's that time of year, and I'm not saying Christmas. It's that time of year when we get a slowdown of major releases. For the week of December 12th to 16th, we have, starting on Monday, December 12th, Bastion. This is for the Xbox One. Now, this game has been around for a while. It's won a lot of awards. It was really anticipated on E3 when it first was released, and it's been on many platforms, and now you can get it on Xbox One. For Tuesday, December 13th, we have Wild Guns Reloaded for PS4. You can also get the Little Acre for PS4 and Xbox One. Stardew Valley for PS4 and Xbox One, which I hear is a pretty good game, but I
Yes.
really can't mention on that. And there's also, if you're looking for a driving game, this game called Drive, Drive, Drive. So I'm guessing it's about driving. And that game is for PS4. Also, we have Feist for PS4, Her Majesty's Spiffing, which I have no idea what that means, and that is for PS4 also. I Expect You to Die. That's not a statement. That's the name of a game. And this is a PSVR game, so I'm guessing some kind of horror, which PSVR is definitely, or VR is definitely aimed at, I think, to be best. And also we have Perfect for PS4 and Trove for PS4. So definitely a lot of PS4 games there. Moving along for Wednesday, December 14th, you can get Space Hulk Deathwing for PC and also for PC, Guilty Gear XRD Revelator. And that's for PC as well. And then coming up on a bigger one, which is rare for this week, is a mobile game. We talked about this one earlier. This is Super Mario Run, but this is only available for iOS. So you Android users and BlackBerry, if it still exists, which is Canadian Pride, but I don't own one. You could get that.
BlackBerry.
I love the BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
They still make those
Apparently,
Probably.
in
looks like the
Canada.
iPhone now though.
Canada
Uh,
only.
if you guys are into cricket, there's
Mhm.
Don Bradman Cricket 17. This is
Canada
for
only.
yeah, we don't want it either. This is for PS4 and Xbox One. Also, Fat City VR. Now that's not PHAT fat. This is fat as in big bone. This is also for
Big
PSVR.
America only.
Yeah,
Yes.
America only. Comes with a bucket of chicken. Also, Magnet Knights on PS4. We got Maldita Castilla or something like that for PS4. Also, Motor Strike Immortal Legends for PS4 and Picross for the 3DS. Not leave out the Nintendo system. Now, coming up this week, because this is like a new transition now, because I used to talk about the last week's games, but by the time this is aired, everyone either have made their decisions if they want it or they know what's already out. So starting now, I'm going to talk about what's coming in the following week. So for December 19th to 23rd, like I said, it's not a lot going on because Christmas is approaching. The biggest one, probably, it's just a demo, but it's Resident Evil 7. Now, this demo is just for PC because it's been already out for Xbox One. So now you can try it out on PC. And also on Tuesday, we have The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 1 and 2A, New Frontier and The Ties That Bind, respectively. and this is for PC, PS3 and 4, Xbox 360 and 1, and PC. I said PC twice. I just noticed that. And for you people, we were talking about the Division. This might bring a little life back to it. It's actually a zombie, which we thought this game was going to be about, kind of like zombies, and this is survival.
Oh boy.
It's for PS4. I don't know when it's being released for the Xbox One. I don't think
They,
it's
they
out
have
yet,
a
right?
they have a time deal with them.
It's a time
Yeah.
deal. So for you Xbox One users, you'll have to wait. It's on its way. Also, we have Halo Wars Definitive Edition for Xbox One and PC, but this is only for the Ultimate Edition owners. So everyone else, you are SOL.
Okay.
And for our friends like Eugene, Final Fantasy 15, we have some DLC.
Woo!
This is Siliconera. This is a holiday pack. It's free, so you probably just get a bunch of free hats and uniforms and
Dumb
whatnot. But
Christmas sweaters or something.
it's
Yep.
free and it's Christmas, so just soak it up. And to end it off, we have Roller Coaster Dreams. This is a PS4 and a PSVR experience. I'm sure Roller Coaster on PSVR, I think that'd be pretty cool. So if you guys gonna download any of these or buy them, let us know. And after you play it, like I would like to know what people are thinking about this PSVR because there's a crap ton of PSVR games out there. So I'm sure for $5 people can like pick up some of these games and check them out and let us know if they found something that's been really good for like a small price just to get that real good VR experience because I'm curious. I'm wondering if a lot of people are buying it up or it's just like the nostalgia is worn off for these really small 5 minute, 10 minute experiences.
Mhm.
So that's it. That's all I have for this week.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Graham. Mike,
You're
what can we
welcome.
save some money on?
Well, actually, there's some really good deals this week. I'm just going to skim over the software stuff that's available, with the deals this week on Xbox and PS4 because some of these other deals out in the stores right now are really, really good. So we're just going to go and I'm going to go over what is available for free this month on Games with Gold. Sleeping Dogs is still available until December 31st on Xbox One. Outlast is available right now till the 15th. There's a mixed crowd on this one, but it's free, so download it and give it a shot. It's just a survival, no weapons, and hide 'em sort of thing, peekaboo game. Outland, I've heard good things about this too. It is no longer available as of the 15th, unfortunately. So if you have not gotten that, it's too bad. But whatever. Life sucks. Burnout, Burnout Paradise, available from December 16th to 31st on Xbox 360. It is backwards compatible, as always. If you have not bought Forza Motorsport 3 and you like the Burnout series, this is definitely worth downloading. I am sure that the player base has skyrocketed with that coming out. See, deals this week. There are a couple really good ones. We got Mortal Kombat XL, which comes with all the new characters like Alien and all of that, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, I believe, too. Leatherface? Yeah, I believe he's in this one as well. With all the updates, all the characters unlocked, everything is 50% off right now for $20. Dying Light, which was one of the games I thought that was really, really, really good, and I sunk my teeth.
Fantastic game.
Yeah, I sunk my teeth into this one big time. The following enhanced edition is 40% off right now. I think it's $23.99. Let's see here. Pretty much other than that, I mean, you got Letter Quest Remastered, which is a really, really good game. It's the Three Fourths Home Extended Bundle is 50% off right now. Um, Besides that, Octodad. Octodad is 75% off right now. It is an arcade game for Xbox One. It's Octodad Dadliest Catch. I have heard nothing but good reviews on this. It is $3.49 right now, so you can't exactly go wrong. So the free games for the PS4 and PS3 this month are Invisible Ink, Stories Path of Destinies. Those are both for the PS4. We have Hyper Void for the PS3. Tiny Troopers Joint Ops for the PS3. It's also a cross-buy on PS4 and Vita. Color Guardians for the PS Vita, cross-buy on PS4. And VVVVVVV for PS Vita. Yes, really, that. Squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. And there isn't a lot on sale for PS4 right this second. But you know what is on sale, Tyler?
What's that?
Our usual 34% off for what game?
GTA
Grand
5.
Theft Auto.
No.
Damn.
It's PS4 only, brother.
Guardian. Last Guardian, I mean.
No Man's Sky.
Oh, No Man's
Sky is
Sky.
on
There we
sale
go.
again this week.
Yeah.
No Man's By.
Now I've heard some good things about the update since they've finally released a good working patch for the game.
You
I've
know
heard some
the.
great things about it.
You know
But they
the.
deserve the audience now. Like they blew it, in my
No,
opinion.
no
They
one
don't
plays that
deserve
shit
it.
anymore.
It's too little,
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
But
This
you know what
game.
gets,
This game released 4 months ago.
but you know what gets me? Is there's actually a good space MMO out there, or if you want to call it an MMO, yeah, an MMO, with other people and stuff, is Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
But nobody ever mentions that when they talk about No Man's Sky.
Hmm.
You know, it's got everything you could possibly want in a space simulator. You can even get on the planets now. You know, get in a vehicle and do all kinds of stuff. It's pretty damn cool. So if you really want a full space experience, you don't want to play like oh, I just lost the name of that MMORPG on PC, Eve Online. If you don't want to get invested in Eve Online because that's just a ton, your skills are you basically pick what you want to learn, and then it is time based. So you could take like 2 hours to 3 days for you to learn your skill. You just get off the game, you know. But if you want something that's active, you know, and just money driven and exploration driven and pirates and PvP and all that kind of stuff, definitely check out Elite Dangerous. That's pretty much it, man. You got Space Hulk Ascension and Space Hulk, 20% off each, and Bombing Busters for 50% off.
Okay.
So I'm all done with the software. But we got some great Xbox deals this week. All right. First of all, physical edition of Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited is $3.99
Wow.
GCU at Best Buy. That's just the
Wow.
base game. But still, for $3.99, I mean, come on.
Is the
You know?
gold edition on sale at all?
It doesn't. I don't have a listing for the gold edition here. No, I do not. Dead Rising 4 is $39.99 at Best Buy, $31.99 with GCU.
Okay.
Here's a real good one. Dark Souls 3 is $19.99 at Target. Now here's where it gets really good. All right, I hope you guys are sitting down for this one.
All right.
Costco must have gotten to a deal with Microsoft because right now at Costco you can get an Elite controller for $99.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wait, but this gets even better. Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
You know how they said that they're stopping the Elite console?
Yep.
You can get the Xbox One Elite console bundle for $199 at Costco.
Oh my
right?
God.
No.
I know,
way.
right?
Buy
Wow.
that.
Tyler,
Everybody
loan
out
me-
there, if you
loan
don't
me
have it,
200
buy it.
bucks. Loan me $200. I'll pay you back on the 28th.
That's a hell of a deal.
But I got a better one for you, my friend in Canada.
Woohoo!
Everybody who is in Canada right now, you can take your original Xbox One or PS4 500 gigabyte console, and you can get in return an Xbox One S 500 gigabyte console plus Battlefield 1 plus Biogenic thumb grips for $100.
Wow.
Wow.
That's some really good deals.
That's some shit. Is what that is.
insane.
For
That's-
$100, eh? Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that at?
Let me pull that up real quick because I'm looking at the list here. Let's see
Is
here.
it EB Games?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Because I know you said Canada. I just wonder if you like wander into
Yeah.
City Hall or something.
Oh, Canada City Hall, eh?
Yeah. There's just one of them.
Take the one road in Canada to City
Where's
Hall.
this coming from? Let me see here. Oh, they cut off the top of the picture so you can't tell where it's from.
Well, I'll do some research.
It's shut up. It's
Not you. I'm saying our listeners.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Prices are shown to increase.
It's EB Games. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
The
that's
old Canadian GameStop, EB Games.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We had those down there, and then they changed to GameStop stuff like that. It was like
I think we still have
Electronics
GameStops
boutique.
here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Canada. We only have one road.
Here we go.
The GameStop. Take your Xbox and PS4.
Yeah. So that's an excellent deal right there.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
And I don't know
Sorry,
how.
Grandma had to.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Where I lived actually only have one road that went right
See?
through the town. But that's in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So you live in Newfoundland? I've heard what they do in Newfoundland,
Yeah.
according to South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I haven't found that one yet. I gotta look for that because they actually acknowledge Newfoundland.
All right,
The-
shut up. Let me
By the
finish
way,
this.
the episode's called Christmas in Canada.
The one you were just playing, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, you guys do some weird things in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting to the point now where it seems like you should wait 2 weeks after a game comes out before you buy it.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy 15 just came out. The Day One edition is now $38.99 via Newegg with promo code
Wow.
EMC
Man.
FGFL39. You know, Titanfall right now is $27.99 GCU via Best Buy. There's so many good, especially the Costco deals. $199 for an Elite console bundle. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's basically
amazing.
the console with the with the Elite controller for
Yep.
100
Plus, it's got solid
bucks.
state.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hybrid hard drive.
SSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, SSHD. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so I didn't want to mention this one, but I will anyways, just to get a laugh out of everybody.
All right.
Homefront: The Revolution Steelbook
Okay.
first day edition is $7.99 at Best Buy.
God, who would have thought they'd sell some first day editions left?
Listen,
Yeah.
I honestly thought about buying that for only $7.99.
I know. It's like.
Is it really that much of a waste of money for
Yeah.
$7.99?
It's
apparently,
it's I always judge games. Sorry, Mike. I always judge games and like, how much should it cost? And Homefront was probably more of a $20 game. So at $7.99, you're probably all right. Sorry, Mike. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, with the development team and the company coming out and apologizing for their game, maybe $7.99 might be stretching it.
Yeah.
All right, now we're moving on to the PS4 deals. We're not as good as the Xbox ones, but there are some decent ones here. Here's my humorous one for the PS4. Buy Watch Dogs 2 and receive a free copy of The Division at GameStop.
They're desperate, both
Yep.
of them.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, here's a good one. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, $23.99 GCU at Best Buy right now. So in Canada, here's some Canada ones. There's 2 Canada ones here.
Hey.
And this is, of course, the Loonies. Bioshock Collection is $39.99 Loonies at Amazon.ca.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good.
XCOM 2, $39.99 Loonies, Amazon.ca.
That's really good too.
Yeah.
That's a
I do not know if this is good, but the PlayStation 4 Slim 500 gigabyte bundle for $229.96 at Amazon.com.
That's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I think that console's still $299.
$299. Yeah.
Here's a
Same-
really good
same.
deal for PlayStation right now. PlayStation Plus 12-month card and a PS4 controller bundle, $64.99.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yep. It's a Green Man Gaming. The code is Green20 to get $20 off. So
It's
that's
basically
that being it.
it's basically a free 12 months. So
Yeah, right. Pretty much. And then there's also the PlayStation 4 500 gigabyte Uncharted bundle for $229.96 at Walmart right now.
okay.
So, okay, now this is a multiple one. So you got Ratchet and Clank, Batman Arkham Knight,
Arkham. There you go.
Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe,
Uh-huh.
Star Wars Battlefront, whatever, why the regular version, and Battleborn, $9.99 each at GameStop right now.
Wow.
Yep. And here's another funny one: Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, $7.99 at Best Buy.
I'm not sure that's
Oh, wow.
worth $7.99. That
Yeah.
game was bad,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
there were such high hopes for that game.
yeah.
Like,
Newegg also has PlayStation 4 Pro 1 terabyte. You get a free Rise of the Tomb Raider with the purchase. You have about 12 hours left to get on that.
and probably about 6 by the time this podcast is
Yeah.
uploaded.
And here's another Canada one. Yay, Canada. PS4, 500 gigabyte. Uncharted 4, Final Fantasy 15 Day 1, $329.99 at Best Buy Canada.
Wow, that's a really good deal.
Canada. I'm getting all these Canadas for you, dude.
Appreciate it.
Wow, I got a really good one for you in a minute here. Canada, Lego Dimensions starter pack with Supergirl is $49.96 loonies, Amazon.ca. Dark Souls 3 is $9.97 at Best Buy, Canada, in store only. That's damn good. That is damn good. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that are the deals for the week that I wanted
All
to
right.
cover.
I just
There's
want
some
to.
real good ones there.
There are. I want to clarify one thing. So, when he says GCU for Best Buy, that
Yes.
means the Gamers Club.
Yes.
So that means Best Buy. You got to go in and purchase that Gamers Club.
Yes.
It's a great deal. It's if you do most of your shopping at Best Buy, it's you can normally find a deal around this time of year for that membership for about $35.
I think
It's for
I
two
think
years. Yeah.
yeah, I think Tyler that they actually changed it to where it's $30 for 2 years anyway.
Okay.
Like
Because it used
it's
to
a
be
great
like
deal.
$100 for
Yeah,
two
it used to
years.
be. I think it was that much, and for one
So
year it's like $50. So
yeah,
Yeah.
so $30, 2 years, you get 20% off of every new unopened game you buy, and
Yep.
10% off any used game,
Yep.
and then I think it's 10% off of like accessories and stuff like that too. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure on the accessories part. I know there is a discount on it. I think it's 10.
Uh-huh.
But 20% off every new game you buy. So if you buy games on release day, you're saving $6 per game. If you're like me and buy way too many games every year, you made your money back and then some by the time it's done. So
I
Right.
mean, the
Right.
great thing about it is like Amazon, you have Amazon Prime, but the Prime 20% is only good for 2 weeks after release.
yep,
Right.
GCUs for any new game,
yep,
Right.
so it'll pay for itself in just a couple
Easily.
of games time.
yep.
Easily.
Like especially I buy a lot of collector's editions that are like $150, and 20% off that is a good
That
chunk.
that's significant. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
great. It pays for itself,
yep,
and for sure after just a couple of purchases.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just to let everybody know on that. So you know what GCU means if you're not sure. Anyway,
I wasn't sure, so that
yeah.
informs me.
All right. So let's move on to what we've been playing. I'll go first this week because I actually got into a couple games that I haven't played. First of all, as always, played some NHL. Had a real fun night last night actually playing that. Played with some new people. Some like
You're welcome.
a third of almost just barely over a third of my age, but it was fun and we did really well. So that was fun. Played a little bit of Madden this week. I'm actually falling behind on some of the weekly challenges, so that kind of sucks. But I played a little bit of that. Played some Battlefield, as always. Leveled up. Trying to continue to level up in that game. I got to level 2 in Medic and trying to get to level 2 now in Support. A little bit of Titanfall, but what I wanted to touch on was I played a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront today,
Mhm.
and that was because the season pass was on sale.
Yeah.
And I've said a few times on this show in past episodes that what really got me was wanting to play like in the Death Star or in Jabba's Palace or in Bespin and Cloud City, and that's where all the DLC was. So the season pass went on sale for $20 on Xbox Live, so I picked that up. So play a little bit on the Death Star expansion today, so it's pretty good.
Can I interrupt for a sec? Sorry,
Yeah,
but we're talking about a deal, and I saw a deal this week, and I just looked it up. It's still currently going on, but at Best Buy, the PS4 version of Battlefront for the Ultimate Edition, that's with all the base game plus all the DLC is
mm-hmm.
$15.99.
Yeah.
With Gamers Club, and that's $19.99 standard. I'm going to try tomorrow to price match it at another retailer for the Xbox version, so I can play with you a little bit. So I'll
Okay.
let you know how that goes. But
Yeah.
for $15.99, that's a great deal for the base game
Yeah.
with all the DLC.
That's
So
ridiculous.
I'm gonna try that out. But sorry, carry on.
No, what I love about Battlefront is that game's all about the environments and the music, and just the sounds overall. Like they get the sounds of the blaster fire and the ships and everything like spot on
Yep.
from the movie. So
I
it's
think
just
I would be a
yeah,
horrible player with that online because like Jabba's Palace, the DLC, I think I would find myself more of just exploring the palace
exactly like
rather than
that's
just playing the game. I'd be horrible for my team.
Staring at the walls.
I played
Well,
today.
just walking around in the dungeon, checking out the palace, all the rooms
Yeah.
from the movie and everything.
I played today. It was a flying level, and I'm in Tie Fighter, and I just keep like staring off in the distance at the Death Star, and I just keep getting shot down. So, but yeah, it's really cool. The maps are well done. They're very much authentic, and they do service to the movie. So that's why I picked up that. Also, excuse me, was kind of bored and in the mood for just kind of that change of pace type game. So I picked up a pack of like Sparkle 2 and Sparkle Unleashed. If you ever played any of those games, um,
Nope.
and worked through that. It's where
Sissy.
you match the colors and you get three of one kind together and they disappear or whatever. Um, but oh, shut up, Mike. You were talking about wanting to play that game too. So
Yeah, sure was.
um, so they're fun time killers, and got 300 achievement points off the one game this weekend, so that's not so bad.
Mhm.
And but the big one I want to talk about is a game that I bought back in September, but haven't had the chance to play yet until today. And when I finally just said, I got to start, I booted up and went, and I'm having a great time with it. And that is Forza Horizon 3. And
About time.
I uh, I saw the winter, the Blizzard Mountain expansion, and it looked super fun. That's what got my interest peaked again. So I went and looked at that. I bought the expansion pack, so not only do we get Blizzard Mountain, we get the next one too, whatever that'll be. And then I jumped in and started playing. This is a fantastic game. And in terms of like building a world and building environments, I'm not sure there's a prettier game on the Xbox One.
Yeah, it's probably
I
true.
It might be the best looking game on the console.
Tomb Raider's a pretty nice looking
Yeah.
game.
I'll put Forza Horizon up against it any day.
Will
And,
you put
and
it
I
up
agree.
against Uncharted 4?
Um,
Ah, gotcha.
That's kind of like Tomb Raider
I
in
said on the
my book.
Xbox One.
Okay.
So, and what I said to Mike today, I can't wait because March is coming,
HDR,
Eugene, and that's bonus time, right?
HDR.
So when I get that HDR capable TV, I can't wait
Yeah,
to see it in HDR.
yeah, I know.
And especially like the Blizzard Mountain levels where there's a lot of darks and really light colors in there. Um, can't wait to see that contrast. So, but the game itself is fantastic. It's really fun. It's there's a lot of diversity in things you can do. It's not just the like Forza normal like Forza 5 like just go around the same track a few times. There's lots of
Yeah.
different ways to play, lots of different things to do.
Yep.
Really fun. So highly recommend jumping in and playing that if you haven't yet. I know a lot of people have. I'm kind of late getting to the party, but I'm really having fun with it. So Graham, how about you? What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing a lot actually,
Just
according to my
yourself.
list. Yeah, well, I won't touch on that. Well, maybe I
Yes, you
did.
do.
Oh, anyways, I went and
Oh, Graham.
I went and visited my family last weekend, so I was riding a GO train, so I didn't have to drive. So I brought my 3DS and I played some Pokemon Moon on the way, which was awesome. And I downloaded a pinball game for Fallout because I'm a huge Fallout fan. So I've been playing Zenimax. I think that's what it's called. But basically, you can download different pinball machines. So I downloaded the Bethesda one,
Yeah,
mainly
Pinball FX2.
yeah, just to play the Fallout one. But it also came with Skyrim and Doom, which I'm sure they're pretty awesome. But I stuck to the
How,
Fallout.
how much is
Really enjoyed
that?
it. I well, Canadian, I think it was maybe $8. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Wasn't too bad.
And it's a mobile game?
No,
No.
no,
No,
no.
it's on Xbox.
Oh,
On
it's on
Xbox.
Xbox. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
sounds pretty awesome. I've never
it,
heard
It's
of
a,
it.
you
it's
know
a,
how Pinball FX has like the different expansion packs.
Ah, yeah.
So and that one's probably it's what 3 tables, Grand. So it's probably about
yeah.
five
It's three
bucks.
tables. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah. That's a
and
high quality pinball game.
it really
yeah,
is.
no,
It's good.
it's great. I really enjoy it. Also, I was playing NHL 17 with Tyler, like he was saying. I played some Battlefield 1 on Xbox One, which I love that game. That game is awesome. Especially Conquest when there's like so much chaos around, but I love the whole World War One nostalgia and like the crappy guns and it's kind of like history too because you see like the kind of vehicles that they actually used back then. And some of
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's pretty impressive the kind of vehicles that they had back in World War One.
Right, not just vehicles, but the crude like weapons,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
like how
And like
inaccurate
the
these things
melee
were.
weapons. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and like little things pop up at menus how the gun wasn't very good because if like crawling into mud, like your gun's
Hmm.
like it's
Yeah.
prone to get jammed and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's got little facts like that. So I really enjoy that game. Also, I was playing Diablo 3 on my
Saw
PC.
that.
I figured I was get back into that.
Nice.
You know, at least on. Yeah.
A game is so addicting. Like you can
It's
punch
really
in
good.
so many hours so fast.
Yep.
And like I said, my account too was like hacked by somebody at one point, and
Yeah.
I got so much like legendary stuff and all the gems that are combined. So I've been going through all different classes. So I think at one point I'm gonna like see about crafting some really cool weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
So been punching some time of that. Like I said, I was playing some Guitar Hero Metallica with on the 360, and I was also playing Super Mario Run on my iOS on my iPhone 7.
Mhm.
So pretty much I've been playing the 3DS, Xbox One, PC, and the iPhone. So
Nice.
definitely got my fill of games this week.
All right, Eugene, how about you?
I've actually played a lot of games this week, like Graham. I went back and picked up Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Finally beat it on Veteran, and I'm 3 trophies away from the Platinum Trophy, so I'm excited about that. But they are the most difficult trophies in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I also went back and I played an old PS Plus game that came out, I think, a month or two ago. Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, and I've
Yeah.
heard great things about it, so I picked
Yeah.
that up. But I've I'm not really getting into it. I don't think I'm going to finish it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit boring to me. It is a
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous game. Don't get me wrong. It's a gorgeous game. It's a walking simulator for sure.
Yeah.
But fantastic game. Pick that up. I also downloaded the Resident Evil demo, the beginning hour demo, and played a little bit of it. About an hour's into it. It's a. I want to talk a little bit about it. It's not like any other Resident Evil game I played. I don't know if they're going to keep. I'm sure they're going to keep the first person aspect of it, but being in first person, it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. The gameplay even it doesn't feel like Resident Evil at all. But you can feel the hints of Resident Evil in it.
Can you
The
switch to
sto-
third person, or is it mainly first?
it's all in first. It's all first person. You play a camera guy for a film crew, and the film crew goes into this house that's been abandoned. I think they're doing some kind of they're like a ghost hunters
Okay.
film crew where they go into like old abandoned places, and they go into this place and they end up finding like a hidden basement, and there's somebody down there, and they get captured and things like that. So you've escaped, so you're walking around, as far as I know. But I kind of stopped playing. I got to a place where I'm kind of stuck, because you still have to find keys to go in certain doors, and
Sure.
you have to find items to, open up cabinets and things like that. But it's nothing ridiculous like the old Resident Evil games where you have to find like a jewel for a tiger's eye in a portrait somewhere.
Yeah.
It's more of you have to find bolt cutters to break the chain on a cabinet. But again, it's really spooky game. There's not really any jump scares. It's more like we were talking about last week. It's more of a psychological scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen anybody yet inside the house. It's just been me
Mm-hmm.
and some really creepy noises and
Yeah.
just dark room with a flashlight. So played a little bit of that, and definitely been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 15. I want to take back my statement from last week, Tyler.
Okay.
You need to buy this game if you're interested in any at all in this Final Fantasy game. Then go ahead and pick it up.
Okay.
I'm about 30 hours in. I'm level 45, and I'm only on chapter 6 in the game.
Wow.
It's 15 chapters, so I've got a good ways to go. But I've just been really just knocking out side quests, and right now I'm a little bit overpowered because like I've just been playing side quests and just been building up my levels. I went from uh, you have to take your experience points from when you play and go find a hotel or a campground and camp to for your exp to go into
Mm-hmm.
effect. So I went from level 28 to 45 in just a matter of minutes from just redeeming all my experience points.
Wow.
Been playing that and Super Mario Run, of course, like we
Mm-hmm.
talked about earlier. Been getting into that, and hopefully I'll beat it in the next couple of days. I'll just really it can be beaten from the looks of it, in probably
Yeah.
about an hour you can beat the main game. But like I said earlier, it's more about the time trials and
Mm-hmm.
competing against friends and getting all the coins that um, are available in the levels. That's what I've been
Wow.
playing.
So before we turn over to Mike, did you see Last Guardian in there anywhere?
Nope.
So
I'm gonna find it very difficult to go back into that game. Like I said, it is a beautiful game, but it doesn't grab me. I'm gonna have to force myself to beat it, and it might be one of those
hmm,
games where I don't really get back into it for a few more months. I was just thinking, since I beat Call of Duty, I have a huge backlog of games.
Mm.
Uh, I think next week I haven't even touched it, and I'm kind of ashamed of saying it, but Metal Gear Solid 5, I think I'm gonna start it next week.
Yeah,
It's been sitting in my closet. I got the collector's edition on day one, and
wow.
I didn't even look. I played Ground Zeroes when it was available,
Mhm.
beat it, but I've been waiting for time to really just sit down and really get into it. So once I finish up Final Fantasy, I think I'll be finishing up in the next couple of days. I'm gonna start up Metal Gear Solid 5 and
So
finish
you
that up.
said you have the collector's edition? Is that one with the hand,
Yeah, it comes with the arm
the
and
arm?
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that thing looks pretty cool.
So would
yeah, it
you?
is.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it is. Yeah.
Okay, would you recommend for Last Guardian then that because I was excited for this game, so would you recommend I just wait till it's like $30? What
Wait,
price do you
wait,
think is
wait,
fair?
wait, wait till it drops down in price.
Okay.
$30 seems like a fair price. Even $40. I've heard it has decent length to it. It takes about 10 to 12 hours to beat. Just a normal playthrough. If you try to get all the collectibles and everything, then it might go upwards of 15, 16 hours.
Okay.
Uh, but it's if you like Team Eco, you'll like The Last Guardian. But it feels like a last generation game. Sadly. It's beautiful. I can understand the story behind it and everything, but it's broken in a sense.
That's too.
The way the camera angles are and the way the bird dog reacts to you, Trico. It's a broken game.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, what have you been playing?
Well, just like you today, I ripped open Battlefront again, and I played one round. And I went 18-9. So I think I'm just going to uninstall all of my first-person shooters and retire at this point, because that was something. I mean, I couldn't miss on that one. Forza Horizon 3, played some of that. Really been playing the hell out of Oblivion. Spending a lot of money here, a lot of time trying to finish that one up because you know, want to get it done. I've never finished it or did a lot of things. Right now, I'm on the Thieves Guild quests, and it's getting there though.
Sure.
I also played a little Dark Souls 3. Not a lot, but got back into it. And of course, playing NHL 17 with you two knuckleheads. I have to go to a chiropractor now after last night,
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
and I'd appreciate it if you guys could stand on your own 2 feet
Uh-huh.
when we play. And besides that, man, that's been about it.
All right. Sounds good. So let's move into discussion. We're going to talk about some fan mail here, and we're going to give away our third giveaway prize. Before we do that, though, I just want to mention I was on Xbox today, and then I'm part of a few groups there on Xbox Live, and one of them is for I think another podcast. I don't know, I've never listened to it, but they had a pretty good group, and someone invited me to it, so I joined it. Um, while I was there, somebody was posting like a bunch of people actually were posting like accusing the people of doing like fake giveaways and stuff like that. So I just want to
Huh.
clarify, we're not doing that. Like we've got people on our Facebook page that you can, our last person, Eugene, was on Facebook, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can
I
go
was on Facebook
verify.
with them.
You can go verify with that individual that we're doing the giveaway and we're making sure they get the item that they're getting.
Yeah, and actually,
Um,
I didn't talk about it, but he is tagged on our Facebook page. He is
mm,
part of our Facebook group, which
mm,
has a whopping 22 members on our Facebook
yeah.
group. So
What?
we were gonna give away a $20 Xbox Live gift card or a PlayStation gift card, but he
Uh-huh.
didn't want. He actually doesn't have any of those consoles. He plays PC mostly.
Yeah.
So I asked him if he wanted a $20
Steam.
Steam card. But instead of doing that, they had a Steam sale going on, and
Yeah.
he opted in for Rocket League. So I bought him
Oh,
and
there you
Great
go.
game.
gifted
Yeah.
him Rocket League. So
There you go.
uh, yeah,
There you go.
but he's
Great
very
choice so
appreciative
far.
and he loved the game. Yeah, it is a great game if you haven't played it. But
Still getting
yeah,
lots of support too, like I
Yep.
see. So
oh yeah,
I like it.
fantastic. So
Yeah.
yeah, he got a copy. We gave away a copy of Rocket League last week, but this week
Yes.
it's a bigger game. I'm pretty excited about it. So
It is.
Yeah, it
And,
is.
and before I totally turn it over to you, we plan on doing more giveaways in the future. We're for sure doing one next week because we promised 4 weeks of holiday giveaways. So this is
Yep.
week 3. We got one more to come. We're still kind of hammering out the details, but planning on about one giveaway per month going forward, starting in January, and we'll be getting out the details of that pretty soon. But while I will tell you guys, tell your friends if you like the show because the more listeners we get, we can see the numbers. The more listeners we get, the better giveaways we're gonna have.
Yeah.
So tell your friends if you like the show and help spread that
Yeah.
word. Don't take the approach of hey, if less people enter, the better chance I have to win. um,
Yeah.
you know, the more people that are out there, the better the giveaways are going to be. Plus, we'll start doing stuff on YouTube and Twitch and having smaller giveaways on there. So
Yeah.
that's something we're looking forward to doing in the next year, which we'll cover in the final episode of the year, which will be episode number 30. But anyway, up until then, or until then, we'll leave it at that. Eugene, what do you have for questions this week? Who is our winner of our third giveaway of December?
So our third giveaway came from our Facebook group. A question submitted there. Drum roll, please, Mike. And the winner is Evangeline Gale is our winner this week with her question. And her question
Yay.
is, what game or games did you really enjoy this year but shouldn't win Game of the Year? For her, it's Yokai Watch 2, which is a fantastic 3DS game. I really enjoyed the hell of that game, but it's a 7 out of 10 at best. So, what games did we play this year that we really got hooked into that really don't deserve Game of the Year, but really deserve something?
Okay, so I'll go first, and mine's going to kind of be easy way out. But as anybody who's listening to the show knows, I like my sports games as well as I like any other type of game, and um, for all its flaws and all the things that are wrong with it, I love NHL 17. It's just
Oh, it's flawed, all right.
it's a game I go back to all the time. I have put in hundreds of hours in that game and just have a good time playing with friends and that's what really makes it good is just the opportunity to play with other people and kind of have that experience. But it's certainly a flawed game. It is nowhere near deserving of any sort of Game of the Year nomination for even just sports game. So that would be my answer. Mike, how about you?
Well, I was
Oh,
thinking
Graham.
maybe I should go next because
Okay.
I have the exact same answer.
Okay.
NHL
Nobody wants to
17.
hear what your answer is. I'm not surprised.
Because like Tyler said too, there is a lot of problems with it. There's a lot of frustrating moments. They keep saying that they're on top of the physics
Yeah.
but they're not. Their physics is out the window. But the game is so much fun to play. And it does get more and more realistic each year and it does get better, but it still has its problems. So this game will never win game of the year, but I will
Even
always
for sports game, it won't.
no,
But
no, not even for sports game. No. And like I'm biased. I love the game, but I know that it'll never do as well. But I will always keep playing it and the atmosphere makes it great and I play with Tyler and Mike and we have a great time. But
Says
yeah,
you.
that is my choice. Said, well, I don't care about you guys can have the worst time ever. It's all about me.
mhm,
I enjoy it. I
Uh-huh.
even play even the other modes, but I like playing it for sure, and I will
yeah.
continue buying it.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, how about you?
Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3. And I don't consider it as good as the other two, especially in the multiplayer arena. Um, I mean, the story's better than two. I mean, the areas I think are a little better than two. But it's never gonna win Game of the Year, and it's already been dying off. They had some problems with multiplayer in the beginning, and it needs a resurgence of life. But like she said, it's probably a 7 out of 10. You know, so that's
Okay.
mine.
All right, Eugene.
I'm gonna have to go with Gears of War 4.
Okay.
I really
Well,
got into the single player campaign.
it's really
Um,
good.
yeah, it definitely doesn't deserve Game of the Year, but neither does Overwatch. Like it
No.
won all the Game of the Year awards. But anyway, really got into the multiplayer. It's just that game is a fun co-op game in single player and just a fun multiplayer game in general, especially the horde mode. I love the horde mode. Once you get in there with a good group of people, it's a fantastic multiplayer game, and I put in a lot of hours just in the co-op alone, just going online and helping other players online, finding all the collectibles and getting through the co-op campaign on a harder mode, or if it's their first time and they're playing on normal, just helping them out beat the bosses and go through the
Yeah.
chapters and experiencing the story together. It's a fantastic game to play with a group of people. I wouldn't say it's a if I were to give my rating, it'd be a 8 to 8.5 out of 10.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
Definitely not on par with maybe Gears of War 2 or even 3 for that matter. But a fantastic game in general. Wouldn't give it Game of the Year, but personally, it's the game I probably put the most multiplayer hours in at least this
Mm.
year. A lot more than,
Okay.
and I have Titanfall and I have Battlefield. I have Call of Duty, which I put
Yeah.
in 0 hours online, by the way. Uh,
Yeah.
but fantastic game. Loved it.
Good.
Huh.
Awesome.
All right.
So what else we got? That's our winner, by the way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Um,
Congratulations.
Evangeline. Yay.
So I
and
just sent her. I just
Listener.
messaged
Yep.
Evangeline a Xbox One code for Battlefield One. So
Nice.
congratulations, Evangeline. Enjoy that Battlefield One.
I don't know what she's gonna do because I know she's a huge Titanfall 2 fan.
Oh yeah, she's on a
So
she's actually pretty active on our
yeah,
Facebook group. She joined our Facebook group last week and
nice.
has been posting a lot of videos on Titanfall. Her
Yeah,
doing some awesome kills and winning the game, uh,
Nice.
and posting about the update to Titanfall and everything. So hopefully you will see some Battlefield One gameplay from her. But
yeah.
Yeah.
congratulations,
Yeah.
Evangeline. So thank you for your
Thanks for listening,
question.
Dolph.
So all
Appreciate it.
right. So we got some other great questions too.
Oh,
And Eugene, if it's all right, I'll ask the one that I have here
Yeah,
on my end. Um, so Raz, who's awesome and sends in questions all the time, we appreciate that. Sends in the question, "What's up, fellas? With all the games that came out this fall, some we all bought and more we might get for Christmas. How do you deal with the ever-growing backlog of games? Do you pick a game and grind through it until you're done, or do you mix and match, as in play one game for one day or two and then switch?"
I can't deal with it. Is the answer.
yeah.
So I guess I'll answer first. I have a huge catalog of games, and in my it's a personal issue for me. But whenever a game comes out and it has a lot of hype, I go ahead and buy it day one. I want to support the developer. I'm not going to wait until months down the line and it's half price or whatever. I'll go ahead and pay the full price. But sometimes it'll end up on my shelf for months and months. I was talking about Metal Gear Solid earlier. I mean, how long ago did that game come out? And
Yeah.
I haven't finished it. I haven't even started it. I haven't finished The Witcher. Uh,
Me neither.
I haven't finished a lot of games. I just
Mhm,
recently finished Fallout 4 just a few months ago.
Funny, I was gonna
Uh,
say I think that's the last game I finished.
mhm,
Right. So really, it's really the mood I'm in for the current mood I'm in. I've been in a first person shooter mood in the last week, so I picked up Call of Duty Remastered and
mhm.
finished it. So I'm done with it. So
Yeah.
I'll like I said, I'll jump into Metal Gear Solid 5 and I'll play that alongside with Final Fantasy. I'll be finishing Final Fantasy soon, but really how I manage it, I'll buy the games and I'll prioritize them by the length of the game, how long it'll take me to finish it. Like I said, really depending on what kind of mood I'm in. First-person shooters, I can probably finish the single-player campaign in less than 10 hours. So
Yep.
spend a couple of days with it, get it out of the way, knock it out. But I really put off those very lengthy games like Metal Gear Solid or The Witcher.
Sure.
I'll put those off until the slower parts of the year, and
Mhm,
right now is a great time. Uh, to put those at the front of my list. Metal Gear Solid, from what I understand, it could take 40 to 50 hours to beat between side missions and everything. And then I'll probably through March. Hopefully in March, I know Horizon Zero Dawn will be out, so I'll be picking that up,
mhm.
playing that a little bit, and hopefully crossing my fingers for South Park. I will
Yeah.
drop everything for South Park.
Yes.
I love that franchise so much, and I'm very excited about that game. So I probably will drop everything I'm doing to play that game and finish it off, and then jump into until the big hits come out next fall. I'll uh, I'll stick with the very tedious games, the games you actually have to invest some time in. I do want to finish Skyrim, which is also I started it, put in probably 20 hours, but I'm probably put 120 hours in that game by the end of it.
Mhm.
So I'll save the lengthier games for the slower months of the year, and the ones that are more fast paced and quick single player franchises. I'll play those uh, pretty quickly just to get them out of the way.
Mhm. All right. Mike, how about you?
Well, this is a this is one. You know, I'm looking at my pins right now on my Xbox, and we got Battlefield, Titanfall 2, Forza 3, Dark Souls 3, NHL 17. And you know what, Raz? Really, I mean, it all has to do with booze and the mood. Um, yeah, I mean, it all depends on how much I've had to drink and,
If I'm
you
being
know, how
being
serious I want to get. Because I'm looking at Alien Isolation going, I really want to play that, but I don't. And then I think, oh, I'll play NHL 17 with these goons. So I end up doing that. You know, but when it comes to the time where I can play pretty much anything for some unknown reason. I seem to go with the easiest thing I can possibly play, whether it's Forza Horizon 3 or Letter Quest or you know
Mm.
Oblivion, whatever it is. My pace right now is not super fast, but after playing Battlefront today, I may actually jump on Battlefield 1 with these two goons and or 3 and see how that goes. But
Yeah.
most of the time, man, I don't know. It's like I have way too many that I'm just like, oh, forget it. I'll just watch Twitch. I'll watch somebody else play it, and I'll, you know, be fulfilled or something like that. But that's how it pretty much happens with me.
Yeah, because for you, like, you kind of got me into the Battlefield series because you're such a big fan of it.
Yeah.
And this year, Battlefield 1, you haven't touched it.
No, I have not.
That's sad. It's because it's great.
You're
It's
sad.
really good. It is really good.
Sad but true.
Oh no.
So, all right. Um,
Are you
Grant?
gonna ask me?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Nobody
Well,
cares.
basically, I'm storing up all my games and hoping for an apocalyptic event where there will be no more releases, and I'm forced to go through all the games I got. Because I could probably
And
spend 2 years worth of going through my backlog of games. And being a completionist, I think at one point you gotta be like, okay, if you want to go through all these games, you gotta tell yourself, okay, I'm not gonna do every side quest. I'm not gonna get every achievement. Because if you do that and you keep buying these games, you're just gonna bury yourself. Because and then there's DLCs on top of that. So if you get season pass, like I got season pass for Fallout 4, and I played every season pass or every DLC except for Nuka World, and I wish I could go back and just play it all through again, but then I have these all these other games knocking on my door. And I have Skyrim, which requires a lot of hours.
yeah.
Battlefield, like that's for me, I'd rather that's more of like a multiplayer, just go on and shoot. Because if I'm gonna like
Mm,
progress through something, then I'll play something that's more more just that's its main focus.
Right.
And like and I have like other systems, like I have my 3DS that I have like the Zelda games, and I just got the Pokemon ones, and then you're just buying a back catalog of games. So basically you just need to be more like disciplined and like focus on one. Like I just got Civilization 6 as well, and that game can just go on forever if you choose to. Like you can just
Yes.
make the map ridiculous big. So basically you just need to restrict yourself and not try to do everything and have the like lengthiest experience. So I think if you like kind of like chop up certain games to like certain like chunks, you can make it enjoyable.
mhm,
But basically,
He's
like I can list off so many games that people are like, "Wow, you didn't play that?" Like the Batman, all the Batman games, I've never played them, and I own them, and I'm
mhm.
like at one point, but like how long those games been? What, like almost 3 years now? Probably
Or
pushing
more.
more than that.
Yep.
So, like I said, you just need to be disciplined and pick games and focus on it,
Mhm,
and like I said, like when a game comes out, like a new game, you could go out and buy it right away and drop $80. But if you're really not going to play it and spend time, just wait a few months. And depending on the game, it could be half price, it could be down to $30 or whatever.
mhm.
So I think even doing that, you'll save money and you won't be like under pressure to play all these games. That's my
right.
advice. I wish I could take
Okay.
my own advice,
I
but
know.
I'll just keep buying it.
For me, it depends on the time of year. I think Eugene hinted at this too, but like fall is shooter season, and shooter season requires a lot of online play. So you're if you wait 3 4 months to get those games, you're pretty much behind and you're done.
Yeah.
It's hard to be competitive. It's hard to keep up. So you kind of have to get them right away, and you got to put some time into
Yeah.
them. So this time of year, I generally am playing shooters online, and then as always, like my sports games I love. So your NHL and Madden
Hmm.
is in my rotation at that point. But right now, my rotation looks like you know, NHL, Madden, Battlefield, Titanfall, and maybe now a little bit of Forza. As we get into the new year and we get into like February, March, April, that's more the time where I play like really story driven games that are single player. Um, so I might wait on some games like Last Guardian, maybe even like Final Fantasy to do at that time of year where a lot of the traffic and the shooters has died down, and I've kind of had my fill of it. Um, but it's not easy dealing with the backlog because, like I said, I bought Forza back in September and I didn't touch it till today. So, um, the other thing I'll say is that I look at it a little differently now too that we do this show because I feel somewhat obligated to kind of try all of them so we can at least speak to them.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
You
would
know,
record, Tyler. How much of that have you played?
that's another one, and I didn't even think of that until you said it right now. But that's another one that like I was so excited for,
Yeah.
and I played probably 15 minutes of it, and I haven't touched it since. And that doesn't mean I hate it. I want to play it.
Yeah.
I just haven't had a chance to.
And like that's kind of game where you can go through it pretty fast if you focus on just
Yep.
going through the story.
But the thing is, I know it's single player, and I know that if I wait till February, I'm not going to miss anything. You know.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah.
whereas if I don't touch Battlefield, and I already felt at a disadvantage with Battlefield because I was in a hotel room for like the first 3 weeks the game was out. Um, if you're at too much of a disadvantage, it's hard to jump in.
I know these people are like killing you with like really cool guns and
Yes.
they're upgraded, and it's like, man, yeah.
I
So-
really like the idea that when I'm 65 and retired, that I'll have a huge backlog of games.
I know, like
my old
was-
fart ass can just sit around and just play video games all day.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say
good
like
too.
this is what I miss about college, man. Like it just you go to class for like
Yeah.
4 hours, 5 hours a day, and you come home and maybe have a little bit of stuff to do for class, but then mostly it's just chilling out playing games. So
That's not how I remember
I miss
college.
that, but I don't want to get into how you remember college.
He doesn't.
He
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah.
Let's save that for another podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So, what's next? What
all
do we
right,
got?
let's get one more question in, and then we'll wrap things up here.
One more question. Let's see. Well. Who are we gonna pick here? So, let's go with Andrew Mann. Andrew
All right.
Mann asked on our Facebook page, "What is a game that you don't like but can appreciate it for what it is?" Mine is Shadow of the Colossus. I could never get into it or enjoy it that much, but I can understand why it's so critically acclaimed.
All right, I can tackle this one
This
real
is a
quick
hard
first.
one.
This is easy for me. I can tackle this one real quick. I'll give you two games actually. Witcher 3 and any game of the Dark Souls series. Like not my type of game, but I can certainly appreciate how good they are. And I can tell right away just by the little bit I've played of them that they're very strong games. They're very good, but just not my type of game.
Mine is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really?
Which,
Okay.
yeah, definitely Grand Theft Auto 5. I loved Grand Theft Auto 3 when I was,
Mhm.
a teenager, and it was a fantastic PS2 game. And I actually bought Grand Theft Auto 5 twice. I bought it on last generation
Me too.
for Xbox 360, and I bought it for PS4 whenever they, remastered it.
Sure.
So it's a fantastic game. It's a very lengthy game. It has great characters. I don't know much about the story. I played a little bit of it, maybe 1 or 2 hours worth of it. But it's a great open world game. Rockstar gets it right when it comes to sandbox open world games like that. But when it comes to me actually enjoying, I can't get into it. Um, it's just not the game for you. If it makes sense, it's
Mhm.
it's it's
Sure.
actually quite boring for me. I really can't get into the Grand Theft Auto series again just because maybe it is a little bit too over the top and hectic. Um, I really enjoy story-based shooters. I don't enjoy, or story-based shooters, story-based
Mhm.
games in general,
Sure.
especially RPGs. But there just seems to be a lot too much going on in Grand Theft Auto. But I can totally understand that graphically it's a fantastic game. The online, no one touches the online uh, infrastructure for that game, and how many people are just involved in that game, and it's a living, breathing world when you jump into multiplayer.
Mhm.
But it's just something I really can't get invested in, invest my time in. But I definitely appreciate the game that it is and appreciate the world. It's just not something I can get into.
All right.
Okay.
Graham, Mike,
Okay.
Mike. I know it's The Legend of Zelda for Mike.
I hope not. Well, don't hate me, Eugene, but I'm gonna have to say Final Fantasy.
Get out of
Maybe,
here. Get
maybe,
out.
maybe because I've never played any of these games, but I've never felt the urge or the want or the desire to play it and just try it. I just don't think like there's other games that I'm invested in, like the story and the characters and the history and stuff like that. And I know it's really like the game's been out for a long time. There's like tons of history and people are like die hard. But to me, that's just not a game that appeals to me. Like I'm gonna try this game. Maybe because I'm afraid I'm gonna get into it and then it's gonna be like battling out with Legend of Zelda and stuff like that, and I don't need that in my life, so I'm just gonna avoid it.
All right.
That's
Sounds
just a
good.
quick answer though, so I
All
might
right.
have a better one.
Mike, how about you?
Well, this one's kind of a weird one. It's kind of hard to explain. Actually, no, it's not. 2D fighting games like Mortal Kombat XL, Street Fighter, stuff like that. Loved them when they were in the arcade. Because guess what? In the arcade, you have 6 buttons and a joystick to use. You do not have that with a regular controller. You
Sure.
actually have to invest in the 120 to 100, $60 controller to actually be able to be competitive. Okay, so it's not that I don't want to like these games. It's just playing them on a regular controller sucks. And even if I had the 6 button controller, I still suck terribly at them. So I'd really like to be good at them, but I'm not. And I've just resolved myself to the fact that I will never be good at them, so I just leave them alone.
Okay. All right, cool. Good answer. Thank you to everybody who's sending questions. If we didn't read your question on air, don't be discouraged. That doesn't mean we won't get to it next week. Or that any question you submit in the future won't be something that we read on during the episode. So, thanks to everybody again who sent in, and congratulations to our winner this week once again for a free copy of Battlefield 1 on
Yay,
Xbox. You said, Eugene,
Evangeline.
right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So on Xbox One. So congratulations for that. Next week is the last week of our holiday giveaways. It'll be our biggest prize yet. So please send in your questions. We'll accept 2 different types of questions. One, just a general video game question for the show. And 2, not so much a question, but why getting the giveaway we're going to get would make your Christmas awesome.
There you go.
So feel free to send that in as well. I've had a chance over the years to see, mostly through my job, like some stories that come in that are pretty awesome that revolve around stuff like that. So either one, just a general question for the show, or like why getting the giveaway would make your Christmas that much more awesome for yourself or your family. We're going to wrap things up here for episode number 28. We'll be back next week with episode 29. It is Christmas week next week, so everybody out there that's traveling in the next week, please be safe.
I will.
Yes,
Shut up.
be safe.
Appreciate your concern.
Yes,
No
be safe.
concern.
Have a good flight, even though I hate when people tell me that because I have zero control over that.
I'll tell the pilot, make sure
Yeah.
he flies good.
Yeah.
My mom said so.
But please, safe travels, everybody. Have a great time with your families. Please find time to download episode number 29 next week. See if you won that our final prize for our holiday giveaways. We'll be back then. Until then, for Mike, Graham, and Eugene, I'm Tyler saying thank you so much for joining us for episode number 28. We'll be back next week with episode number 29 as we get ready to close out the year and head into 2017. So until then, everybody, stay safe. Thank you.
See you guys.
Take care.